This Old Humble guy. Oh, just making a ruckus, that's all. Mighty fine ruckus you're making there, Old Humble guy. Can I help make that ruckus? Oh, I don't know. This ruckus is pretty special. You're gonna have to, I reckon, pay me a nickel to get in on making this ruckus. A nickel? I'll cut fire, I'll pay you a nickel. Bargain to be able to make a ruckus the way you're making a ruckus, Old Humble guy. A nickel's a bargain. I'll pay you a nickel. All right, I'm telling you. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna have to make you do it again. Ready to have us some fun, boys? Get my power jack in here. Move this thing out of the way. I reckon I'm gonna be a sweaty mess by the time this is all finished. But we're gonna have ourselves a mighty fine looking room. I do declare. Which is something that Southerners do on a fairly regular basis. We declare. Which is a strange habit to be into, I guess. Declaring in general, but whatever. All right, I'm moving this last thing out of the way, and then we'll start turn on the camera. Reckon. And I suppose I'll also declare. I'm not entirely certain how much I'm going to get done today, tonight, because it is awfully late. But we'll just get it going. Everybody ready? In 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, Commander Lou is in the house. Cheers, Commander Lou. I don't think I've seen your name come across my screen in a month of Sundays. You. Cover my bald ass head so I can not have glare all over the camera. So, what on earth are we doing here tonight? Old Humble Distilling Company. You mean Special Reserve? Where is your town, Lou? I need to know more. You say it made it to your town. I need to know what town that is, so maybe I'll come and visit. I also need to get my notebook over here so that I can write down some names, some namety names, and make sure y'all get on the wheel of doom and glory for our drawing that will be happening in due time. Gotta have Commander Lou, Tater Dom, sunflowers. You know who I haven't seen? I haven't seen that. Our boy John Longshanks. I bet he popped in and I hadn't started yet, and then he dipped out. I bet that's what happened. All right, I got my monitor on. All right, so what are we doing? What on earth am I doing here at 11 o'clock or 10:30 on a what day is today? Tuesday night? That's a great question. Glad you asked it. Happy to tell you. I'm painting. It's time to. I was talking to my wife. Like everything I do from here forward is a finishing step. The first several weeks of doing this, putting in the. Oh fuck it. Let's have a word from our sponsors. I'll be right back. We'll talk more about this.
Is your bar looking a little ordinary? Is it lacking something awesome? Well, head out to your local liquor store and pick up something extraordinary. Grab a bottle of Old Humble Straight Whiskey or Old Humble Special Reserve. They're clean, smooth, easy drinking whiskeys that taste the way whiskey should taste. From humble beginnings to an extraordinary finish, Old Humble whiskeys are what your bar needs today. Walk tall, be awesome, and drink humble. Old Humble Straight Whiskey and Old Humble Special Reserve. Get yours today.
Right? Who doesn't like a little dead air? Dead air is good for the soul. Okay, so it wasn't much dead air, just a little bit. All right, so let me flip on this. This is where we're going to be for most of the, or for a portion of the evening, at least. Yeah, here we are. So I was talking to my lovely wife and explaining that, everything I'm doing from here forward is something that is a finishing step. Paint, actual paint on the walls, finishing step. When I was putting in the walls, that wasn't a finishing step. So when I was done with the studs, it didn't look like I had made a lot of progress. I mean, I had framed in the room, cool, Cool story, bro. I framed in the room, but I still hadn't, it didn't look like I had a thing yet. I gotta shake this up. Shaking the paint, shaking the paint, shaking the paint. All right. Getting paint's coming out of the nozzle there. That's not good. Not supposed to do that, nozzle paint. God, that was almost a fucking disaster. Okay. Oh, shit. Making a mess, making a mess. Making a mess, making a mess. Making a mess, making a mess. All right. All right, that's that. Now, time to do the thing. No turning back now, boys. Okay. Put that over there. Take this. Put this over here. Kind of cover that up a little bit. I actually have booties to put on my shoes. And I think it might be a good idea to do it. Cover my shoes up if I can find them. Well, maybe I can't find them, so maybe I'm not going to do that. So, like I was saying, take a third attempt at this. The first few things that I've done were preparatory. Hadn't gotten to the point where anything looked particularly finished in any of this process. But I'm finally at a stage. I need to get some air circulating through here. I've got my fan in the other room, but I need to get the fan in this room too. So bear with me while I set up a breeze. I listened last night while I was on the road to probably 10 solid hours of outlaw country. While I was driving that truck. All right. Wind is blowing in here. Should have a nice circulation going through here. Here. Listen to me, I sound like a goof. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some nice circulation going in here. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, everything I've done up to this point has been a preparatory. Fuck it, we're just gonna get started. We here? Still here, okay. Has been a preparatory thing. It's been, we've been getting things ready to go. Putting the studs in. Laying down laying down all the prep work, putting in the studs, putting in the sheetrock. Every step of the way, it's been a finished step, but we haven't been closer. It hasn't looked like a finished room. This is the first time. I mean, we've gotten closer and closer and closer with it looking like a finished room. And with the primer going in, that almost made it look like a finished room. The primer gave it a nice base coat. And then the texture helped a little. But with the texture, it still didn't look finished. Because, we have this white bare wall. And there's just not, there's no finished room here. Come on. What are you doing? Can't be loose. Feeling real loose like a long neck goose or like a girl. Oh, baby, that's what I like. That was another station I listened to for a while yesterday. Rockabilly music on Spotify. And basically, rockabilly is Buddy Holly and that general genre. It's not rock. It's kind of, rockabilly. It's a little bit of both, country and rock. Okay, so I don't need to go any lower than this, because when this tape comes up, everything below that line is going to be wainscoting and wainscoting and wood. So I don't have to go below there at all, but I am going to go here since I'm here. I should zip up so I don't get paint all over my shirt. I didn't put enough paint on the roller. I did have to get a fresh roller for this. Because the last roller I used included the I used for the plaster, for the texturing, and it destroyed it. Okay, almost done. I need to put more paint on the thing. My estimate was based on the knowledge that the paint people gave me. I should need more than 2 gallons to cover this area because it's only about 500 or so square feet. Oh, what is the Wheel of Doom and Glory, you ask? That's a great question. Thanks for asking. So we're giving away a bottle of whiskey, 3 bottles of whiskey, as a matter of fact. A 3-month-long giveaway, January, February, and March. And admittedly, in February, I haven't done many live streams to enter people into it. But the way you enter is simple and easy. You get in on a live stream, you comment on the video, and then voila, you are entered to win. I put your name on the list, and when I do the drawing, every time you've joined us for a live stream, your name will be on the wheel of doom and glory. Is it that simple, old humble guy? Yeah, it's that simple. It really is. Why are you being like this? It really is that simple. Because it's the wheel of doom and glory, we roll it twice. The first person's name is the doom. Your name comes off. That instance of your name comes off. And then we roll again. And the next name comes up is the glory. That person wins the bottle. Could it get any simpler? No, it could not. I'm going to need more than 2 gallons, I think. Because if that just covered 12 square feet or 12 feet of wall, 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. I'm about to go check chat in just a second, so calm your butts. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm working. But I will get all the way through chat. No matter what you post, I'll read it. All right, I'm not going to worry too much about these corners because all these corners are going to be covered up with trim. So I just want to get close. I'm not even going to cut them in with a brush or a pad or anything like that. I got a brush to cut in with, but I don't think I need to. I don't really think I do. Let's see what's going on in chat. Here, Chet. Tater Dom saying hi to Commander Lou. So, get out of here. Stupid bug. About to get covered up with paint. There we go. So what's been going on at the oil patch here? Well, been busy working, as you can guess. We have a lot of work that needs to get done around here. We do have a fun little bottling party coming up tomorrow, for which I had to drive all the way down to Laredo to pick up bottles. Yeah, I'm going to need more paint, I'm afraid. This just isn't going on particularly thick. was a hell of a workout, I tell you what. I tell you what. Damn, I get more and more hayseed every day. I tell you what. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. All right. I have so many terrible freaking songs rolling around in my head right now because of the trip yesterday. To Laredo, Texas. So Laredo, Texas is 6 hours away from Houston. It is on the border with Mexico. Nuevo Laredo is right across the border, as you might be able to guess. As you also might be able to guess, I saw 0 illegal immigrants trying to sneak through the country in the area where I was, because most of them don't come across the border that way. Most of them come through at airports. And when they tell you 9 million since Joe Biden became the president, they're lying. They don't fucking, that's not true. So, and even just a moment of critical thought would be pretty easy to lay that lie to rest. Let's play the game. How many people a day would 9 million people in 3 years be? So that's 3 million a year, 365 days a year. So let's round it down to 300, shall we? Make the math a little bit easier. So 1 million a year divided by 3,000 or 300. You know what? No, let's go with 330 days and multiply it by 3. That's about 1,000. That's about 1,000 days. So 1 million divided by 1,000. Lop off 3 zeros from 1 million. You have 10,000 a day. Right? 100, no. It'll be 1,000 a day? 10,000 a day. Because you need 9 million in 3 years is 3 million a year. I see what I was doing. Okay. I was getting my numbers crosswise. 3 million a year. Divide by 300. Lop off 2 zeros from 3 million. That's 30,000 a day. And knock off the 3, because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that's 10,000 a day. 10,000 a day, every day, for 3 years. And they're supposedly coming through our ports of entry. I don't know if y'all know this about deserts, but they can't support that kind of life. They can't support that many people a day. I mean, Israel crossing the desert didn't even have that many people, I don't think. That is a bug that got caught in the paint there. I'm going to have to probably do a real critical look over this when I'm done. Make sure I don't have any thin patches. Let's get some fresh paint in there. I might be able to get by with just 2 gallons. I don't know. If I can do this whole wall, I should be able to do that whole wall with another gallon. That's the end of my first gallon. There we go. Come on, drain. Try and drain a little bit more into there. Anyway, 10,000 a day, every day, let's say except for Sundays, because there's what, 50 Sundays? So let's just say they don't come across on Sundays. 6 days a week, 10,000 people a day, every day. That is humanly, I mean, it's impossible. I mean, let's just face it, it's impossible. You can't hide that many people in the desert. You can't hide that many people. Hell, you can't hide that many people in Houston. There are not 10,000 people a day. There can't be. That's just the math doesn't math. You know what I mean? The math just doesn't work. You can't. Like, there would be a train of people, and it would be really easy to catch them, for what that's worth, because you just like roll up on it. There's a train of 10,000 people. You know what I mean? Like the amount of impact that would have. And they can only walk so far in a day. So you go every like 25 miles or so, be another group of 10,000 people. That's a city the size of Humble, Texas, dotted across the deserts and prairies and in between cities. I mean, guys, that is impossible. I know we got a lot of folks coming across. I know that for a fact because I live in the city of Houston and I'm not stupid. But I don't for a second think it's that many. I don't know, maybe spread them out. There's a lot of miles between here and California, here in the Pacific Ocean. I mean, it's not entirely impossible. What's going on here? All right. Not sure what's going on with that video, why it's skipping like that. There we go. All I'm saying is when you hear stuff like that, plug in your brains, think about it. It's not likely. I'll go with that. I won't say it's impossible because there's a lot of space between here and LA. And you could probably get 10,000 people through the border and what is it? San Diego, Los Angeles. Eagle Pass here in Texas, Brownsville, Laredo. That's a hell of a workout. Did I mention that? Lisa's going to be up here tomorrow. Kind of want to show this off to her when she gets here. So, whiskey stuff. Anybody got a fun whiskey topic you want to chat about? Because I do know a thing or two, probably not much more than that, about it. Na-da-da. All right. What I might do is after I put the siding up, come back through and cut in. If there's any spots I missed around the, not the siding, around the molding up top. All right, let's turn you just a little bit more. A full 360. There you go. We good? Yeah, that's good. All right, now we're getting up here. And of course, there's going to be molding all around this. Molding up here. There's actually probably going to be more wood up here than anywhere else, because this is where I'm going to hang the barn door. So I'm going to have a lot of wood reinforcing the wall up here and spreading that load around. All right, I got to move that barrel. It is squarely in the Y. Yep. It's all come together nicely. It's a very nice color. A very nice blue. There we go. Oi, mate. Get that out of the way, yeah. I'm gonna go as far as I can on this wall. Out here, Daddy Longlegs. And try not to get any on the ceiling, but I do have extra panels if I decide that the ceiling just looks too nasty because I don't know what I'm doing. I have extra panels. There we go. And again, trim along the wall around the door and the uprights. Every upright corner and upright transition will have trim on it. All right, and that pretty much does it, I think, for this barrel of what fucking gallon of paint. God dang. I was going to call it a jar there for a second. It is not a jar. I ain't hayseed enough to be painting out of a jar. I am going to need to paint with a brush around the exit sign. And that's fine. That's fine. I can do that. All right. I got to move some stuff around and cover up some things. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and paint the shit out of this place. Ain't no reason not to. You know what I mean? All right. Let's get moving. Put that there. This in here. Get you out of the way. Everything is dusty around here. That's okay. Gives it character. Y'all don't know what the hell I'm doing, do you? That's fine. You don't need to. I'm kidding. Here we are. I'm switching over to right here. Getting everything prepped up and moved. I do want to get my space heaters here that I'm needed 2 weeks ago, but it was 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees out there right now. It was 77 and humid when I rolled up. Our weather is dumb. I was thinking with my dick. My shit's dumb. I was thinking with my dick. My shit's dumb. And actually, by the end of the week, I'm going to have the wood up all over. So, should be by the end of the week, the verticals at least will be in place, along with the vertical wood pieces will be in place, along with what I expect will be, along with I suspect or expect, the baseboards and the molding boards around the ceiling. So by the end of this week, my hope is to have the stuff around the bottom, the verticals, and the stuff around the top to cover up the gaps in the paint. And then once that's done, we'll be able to get the corrugated steel in for the accent piece down on the bottom. Once the corrugated steel goes in, I'll be able to put in the final piece, the final horizontal piece on top of the corrugation, and then we'll be done with the interior trim and appearance of the shop, with the exception of the lights and decoration. So how about that, huh? How about that? How about that? How about that indeed? All right. I am live streaming to nobody, I bet. And that's fine. I don't mind. The almighty content machine. Sound off if you're in chat. All right. Let's move the camera. Get it fixed. All right. So, this is the next stop. Right there. And then I'll rotate another handful of degrees, whatever. Stuffy up in here. Whew. All right, got my other gallon of paint. And honestly, I may have to come through and spot check this. There's some spots that are kind of thin that I can see already. But I don't know if it's thin paint or if it's just the angle of the light on the paint. So a couple of spots, it's definitely thin paint, which I'm fixing right now because I can see it. But for the most part, we're pretty solid. All right, let me get this over here where I want it to be. Hi, everybody. Oops. That out of the way. This out of the way. Whew. Move this over here. Kind of try to get air circulating around the room a little bit so I don't feel like I'm dying. Get out of here, bug. Get. You're going to die. All right. Paint is ready here. Who's here? Still just me and Tater Dom. Anything left in here to get? I'm trying to squeeze out whatever's left in here. I don't think there's anything here worth getting. There's a very little bit left in there, but talk about drips, literal drips and drabs. That'd be fine. I'll leave it be. Toss that in the trash. Like a proper redneck. Just, throw the paint out. Actually, what I could do is use what's left in these containers for the paint on the brush and the edging. I suppose. All right. I don't have any stirs, so I'm just shaking the paint like some commoner and getting it all over my fingers and hands. There we go. Like some kind of commoner. Blue. I don't know how to get blue paint off my fingers. Crap. All right. Do we still have good video? Yeah, we got video. Good. All right. Who we got on with me? Sunflowers is in the chat. Cheers, Sunflowers. You ready to see the color of this paint, dear heart? Ask me any question, and I will philosophize. How's that sound? Any question. Ask me anything. Anything about whiskey, anything about life, the universe, and living in it. Not that anybody gives a shit what I think, but I mean, that's why I'm here, right? Because nobody gives a shit. And I can say and do whatever I want because nobody gives a shit. All right. Into the breach we go. How you like them apples, huh? I'm serious. Ask me anything. How have you been doing, sunflowers? Truly curious. I don't see much of you anymore. Partly because I work so damn much. I'm not live streaming as much as I was. So the wainscoting is going to come up to about here. The trim on this is going to come down to about here. So this is going to be kind of blued, wood, blocked in with wood. On that window there. And I'm going to have to come back to this exit sign with a paintbrush, but I do want to get the space above it and the space around it covered up pretty well. There's a little bit more up there that I need to kind of tap into or tap off of, rather. That should do. Everything else can be handled by a paintbrush, I reckon. All right. Son, you have been entered into the drawing, but you already knew that because you know how things work around here. Huh. It was not your first time on the wheel of doom and glory, so you should know that by now, at least. Okay, that's what I thought was happening. Yeah. All right, what's the question? Just what's up? Okay. Conway Twitty, George Jones, Hank Williams Jr., I gotta say though, the classic country and outlaw country was better than rockabilly that I listened to last night. I wanted to listen to Jerry Reed music from Jerry Reed. And I listened to plenty of that, but there's all the other stuff that came with Jerry Reed radio that makes you want to gouge your ears out. George Jones isn't so bad in the right context and mood. Chris Christopherson isn't so bad. Again, the right context and the right mood. Willie Nelson is always a treat. Kenny Rogers, always a treat. These guys are fucking royalty. But there comes a point when you're listening to Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr. and Chris Christopherson, and you realize how much of their sound and message got co-opted by the Nixon administration back in the day. You know, America and freedom. Country boys will abide. Country boy can survive. Oh, so much about how life in the city ain't worth living and blah, 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 blah. All we need is a trot line and a shotgun, and we'll survive. We'll do fine. And how much of that lie is still permeating culture today? Okay, I need to focus up. Back over here to my wall. Sunflowers, you got a question yet? Nope. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera. Listen to me. Jesus. That it right there? All right. About another 3/4 of wall to get to. Look at that blue. Ah, it's beautiful. Today, is my little brother's birthday. He is 41 because he's 8 years younger than me, and I will be 49 this year. And this is not so much talking about his birthday as it is me remembering my age, because I did go an entire year in my head thinking I was a different age than I was. The year I turned 46, I think, or 45. I thought I was already 45. Oh, looking nice. Nice and smooth. Nice and even. A little bit more on here. Get that corner up there. And like I said, this trim, the spaces here on the wall, there'll be molding at the top. Molding at the top. Vertical trim on the sides here. Everywhere there's a corner, be some vertical trim. Vertical trim sounds like a vaguely sexual thing, doesn't it? Not so much a sex act. Well, I guess it could be. I guess I should take this time to remind people that this is not child friendly. Your children are not my responsibility. Unless they're 21 and in my bar. And even then, they're kind of their own responsibility. Damn it. All right. I think we're just about ready to move the camera one more time. I'm just going to dump the rest of this paint in here. Should about do it. And a little bit left in the bucket for cutting in, if I choose to do such a thing. Did that get everything? Very nearly. There we go. I'll turn it one more time before we're done. I mean, when Toby Keith has the nerve to tell someone like Chris Christopherson, hey, none of that commie shit tonight, Chris. And fucking Toby Keith has the fucking nerve to speak that way to Chris fucking Christopherson? Chris Christopherson's an actual American hero, an actual soldier who actually put on the uniform of this country. And Toby Keith pretends or play pretended to be a patriot. You know, do shows for the troops because he ain't never was one. Cosplaying country boy. At some point, there's going to be a TV over here. I don't know what that point will be, but at some point there will be. All right, I'm working behind the bar now. All right. Okay, now I can go high. Whoops. I think what I'm going to do is try and take all the footage of this build out from the last few months and cut it into a 30-minute montage of build out, complete with commentary. All right, I've got about 12 feet left to go. Oh, that's what that is. I'm going to make the assumption that I am currently off camera. Yep, and the camera froze. Great. Has it frozen? Or is it just phone that froze? Nope, we're not frozen. All right. Switch to there. Yeah, that should work. Now let's get this. And move it over here. And I'm going to walk in front of the camera. Be back. It's my Wi-Fi acting dorkish. That's what's happening. I'm coming, don't worry. I'm hot, I need a drink. There we go. Okay, we're back. Everything's ducky. Once this build out's done, I will have more time to spend some attention on the projects that I've been working on for the channel. I have made developments on our script for the movie Whiskey Run. Changed a couple of story elements with some input from a potential producer. He wanted me to make a dark, gritty adventure flick. Almost like a crime drama. I want to make a stupid truck driving comedy. And since it's my movie, guess which one I'm going to make? You goddamn right, that's the one I'm going to make. Okay, last 8 feet of wall here. Whew. Can't believe this came together so damn quickly. So as it stands, accidentally sending a pallet of or a truckload of whiskey to New York instead of LA is a little far-fetched. I mean, who wouldn't get the right address for a big order, right? So that story element is out the door. But what we're going to do instead is still going to have the big shipment. It's just going to get stolen by the mob. New York Mafia. Or maybe not stolen, but maybe sold by a friend of mine. Or a well-meaning employee. Yeah, boss, they came to pick it up. Who came to pick it up? They're not supposed to be here till Thursday. What do you mean they came early? They're not coming early. Who was it? Did you get their name? Your numbers? Did you get anything from them? He'd be all like, "No, boss, man, I thought it was just a normal sale. Why the hell would I do? Yeah, I mean, you would have had all that information already." They came, loaded it up in the truck, and they were gone. And they seemed to know what they were doing, so I figured it was all right. Well, yeah, they knew what they were doing. Fucking stole all our whiskey. What do you mean they stole it? Did they give you money? No. Well, they stole it then, man. That's like the definition of stealing shit. Taking something without giving you money. It's not theirs. Oh, shit, boss, I'm sorry. Sorry, I ain't gonna cut it. We gotta go get our damn whiskey back. What are you talking about? You heard me. They stole it. I'm stealing it back. We're gonna go to New York. We're gonna steal the damn truck. And I'm gonna drive to LA. It needs to be in LA by Friday, which means we need to steal it by Wednesday so we can get it there in time. This isn't complicated, man. How are you going to steal a truck from the mob, boss man? Look here. You don't ask me stupid questions, and I won't give you stupid answers. How's that sound? Like a deal? We good? Now, find me a fast car and a driver that doesn't mind breaking laws. Oh, I got just the guy, boss. All right. Fabulous. You got 12 hours to get him here. Guys, we're done. Look, we're done. And I don't need to cut in on the edges because that's where the trim's going to go. I do, however, want to go ahead, I think, and put a little bit of paint around that door while I've got my tools out to do that sort of thing. Oh, paintbrush. Oh, where are you, paintbrush? Oh, paintbrush. Oh, where is my paintbrush? Oh, where is my paintbrush? Oh, where, 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 oh, where is my paintbrush? Oh, where is my paintbrush? Oh, where is my paintbrush? Oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where? One more place it might be. Is my paintbrush? Well, shit. Where did I put it? I rinsed it out right here. Dried it out over here. There it is. Found it. Exactly where I thought it might be, and not even remotely close to where it should be. Not that I really have a place where things should be right now. Everything's kind of chaos. But, you know, sometimes chaos is exactly what the doctor ordered, right? Who's this? Jason, who we got here? Jason Kotea? Did I pronounce that right? I'm looking for my ladder now so that I can get up there and paint this little area right up here, because we are done painting our room, or everything in the room that needs to be painted, at least. Son of a bitch. It's got to be around here somewhere. Damn things don't just disappear. I spend more time walking around this place looking for shit than I do any freaking work at all, ever. There's my stupid ladder. Now I gotta figure out how to get to the damn thing. Knocking everything down, breaking stuff. Jeez Louise. All right. It's not even a ladder, it's just a step stool, really. Jason, thank you for joining the party today. In case you don't know what's happening right now, well, I'm a whiskey maker, which means I make whiskey. Hi, everybody. Hi, old humble guy. I make whiskey. That's what I do. I like to say I do it for a living. Coates. Coates. Got it, brother. Thank you. I hate it when people mispronounce my name, so I want to make sure I don't mispronounce yours. Anyway, so I make whiskey for a living. And what you're seeing here is the final stages of the build out of my tasting room at the distillery. The Old Humble Distilling Company distillery, as a matter of fact. And I've got in here paint, and I've got up here bare wall. And ultimately, this is going to be covered mostly by wood. I'm going to put some kind of frame around this, probably. But this is the final stages of the build out of the tasting room. And what I've been doing the month of February and January, and will also be doing in the month of March, is entering people into a giveaway of our limited edition cast strength rye whiskey, something that I have said I would never do, but because it's a special occasion, thought, you know what? If my wife can do something for a special occasion, so can I. So we're going to do something I said I'd never do, and I'm going to release a cast strength rye It's going to be a limited edition. There's only going to be a couple hundred bottles. Released. And when I say it's a little special, I'm serious. It's only going to be 375 milliliters. See what I did there? I made a pun inside of a pun. I'm clever like that sometimes. Sometimes. I mean, don't get used to it. But anyway, the way one would be entered into this contest is multiple ways. First, do what you've already done and comment on a live chat stream in chat. So there you go. You've been entered one time. Then, all right, I'm scanning the room real quick to see if there's any noticeable bare patches of paint. So then the next way you get in is super chats. The super chat, you basically, for every $1 of a super chat you give, that is a bonus entry on the Wheel of Doom and Glory. So a $5 super chat is 5 entries. There's a couple of bare patches on this wall back here. One of the first walls I did. And every dime raised by the channel goes back to the channel. New equipment, new cameras, new lighting, microphones, all that stuff. Got a podcast that we're working on with a local comedian named Jody Summers. We're going to have equipment bought specifically for that. Y'all can't see at all what I'm doing because I'm behind the camera. But trust me, it's awesome. Getting one of those tracking cameras that'll follow me around the distillery as I work. That's pretty cool. Then I wouldn't have to live in a wide angle forever. That'd be pretty dope. Oops. Anyway, so yeah, every $1 raised for the channel goes to the channel. The money I make selling whiskey goes to the distillery. And some of it will go to the channel because I use the channel to promote my whiskey. And hopefully bring a modicum of entertainment to people. I think I used that term correctly. Modicum. This is a shitty brush. But that's okay because I'm going to throw it away as soon as when we're done with this project because I'm not going to need it anymore. I think it was a $3 brush anyway. All right. And then the third way is to become a member. A membership is by far the most efficient way. For $2 a month, you become a super fan. And super fans, there are privileges that come with super fandom. When we do our podcast with Jody, super fans will be able to watch the podcast live and ask questions of our host and our guest. Everybody else gets it when it gets released. Oh my, I missed like a whole spot here. But the cool thing about being a member, one of the many privileges that members get, is when I do these giveaways, your entire annual membership gets you on the wheel. So $2 a month gets you 25 entries on the wheel of doom and glory whenever I do these giveaways. And you can literally finance that out for $2 a month. Pretty dope, if you ask me. But then again, I'm the one selling the whiskey, so. I don't know why you would ask me, to be completely honest. Well, I'm just going to tell you what it is that I want to hear. But we already have a few members, Mr. Jiggs, William Hall. They're both super fans. And that's why this is also a studio fundraiser, because we're trying to raise funds for the studio. I'm trying to raise funds. I don't know why I always say we. I'm trying to raise funds for the studio. All right, let's turn the camera because I'm doing a hell of a lot of work back here. There you go. I'm working on this wall right here. Oops. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going over, looking for spots that need to be touched with paint because they're thin. And I'm finding a lot on this wall, which is bothering me. I wasn't sure at first if it was the light or just thin paint. Yeah, hey everybody. But I'm pretty sure it looks like thin paint, not the light. Who else is here? You'll hope for Mrs. S&M room sounds. What the fuck? What'd I miss? Oh, Dustin's in the house. Cheers, Dustin. I knew you were here, didn't I? Okay. Jason Coates. Dustin. All right. And this is me literally going through and writing down names. Like coats of paint. I thought I recognized your name. The more I was thinking about it, S&M room. The more I was thinking about it, the more I thought I'd seen that name before. Okay. Using this big old freaking bin of paint here. One of the perks of membership at the higher level is that you do get to name the tasting room for a period of time. I almost think I ought to get the roller and roll this shit out a little bit more. Not paint wall, paint wall, paint wall, paint. That is a reference to the 1980s hit Karate Kid. If you don't know that reference, you're not old enough to be in here. Like, for real. How we looking? That's looking good. Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Winston. Name that movie, kids. No, I'm not going to name it for you. Name it yourself. I know the movie. And again, if you don't know that movie, you're not old enough to be in here, I don't think. East down and bound, loaded up and trucking. Name that movie, kids. That we gonna do what they say can't be done. I got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandit run. Smokey's got his ears on. Never mind them brakes. You gotta smoke it. You gotta truck it. You gotta keep that. Keep that hammer down and give 'em hell. Do eastbound and down. Loaded up and trucking. Well, we gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandit run. If you guessed Smokey and the Bandit, you'd be correct. If you guessed anything else, you would not be, and have mercy on your soul. And yes, Smokey and the Bandit is the inspiration for my movie, Whiskey Run. 48 hours from New York to LA. A truck full of whiskey and a half a pack of cigarettes. Dude, I've been waiting my whole life for this. Let's go. There's so many taglines for this movie. They stole my whiskey. I'm going to steal it back. I got a truck full of whiskey bound for LA in 48 hours to get it there. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Let's go. I mean, the story writes itself. You start heading west. You have to take a detour in Chicago to get on Route 66 to avoid, I don't know, Nazis or whatever. Like I said, the story writes itself. I don't have to write anything. And I got the mafia chasing me. I got the Nazis chasing me. We got to go through Amarillo, stop at Texas Steakhouse. Big Texas Steakhouse. Home of the 72-ounce challenge steak. Boss, we do not have time for this. We always got time to eat steak. Come on. Are we set? Am I done? Am I done? Are we best friends now? Name that movie. Honestly, I think that movie's kind of stupid. But I think that's kind of the point of that movie, is that it's kind of stupid. And I think both Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly would agree that that's a kind of a stupid movie. But that's what makes it fun. It's stupid. And that's what makes it a fun movie to watch. All right. That's it. I'm done. Let's see what's been chatting while I've been talking. Ugh. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We have a full tank of gas. Yes, that is a hell of a movie. Let's get the picture-in-picture on. Picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture. Activate. There it is. All right. So the wrong picture-in-picture. Do that one. All right. Well, there's me. There's me. Here's me. There's that. Okay. Maybe YouTube blocking his message issue, so he might have dipped. Oh, there he is. That one worked. The Donald Trump pardoned himself, so now I drink room. Hey, if you want to pay me $300 a year, I will allow it. We're gonna get 3,000 subscribers to the channel by the end of next month. How about that, huh? 106 miles to Chicago. We have a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. That is the Blues Brothers. It has aged well. What I really like about the Blues Brothers is it introduces a generation of people to a music genre that was still alive and vibrant at the time it was made. What didn't work for Blues Brothers 2000 is that it was not plugged into a music genre that was still thriving and alive. They really went old and obscura with their music reference, more obscura with the music references in Blues Brothers 2000. I think that's one of the many reasons why it just didn't work. And also, John Goodman is just not entertaining, like not as entertaining as Dan Aykroyd was, or as John Belushi was. But hey, what you gonna do? John Belushi was a very special person, a very special talent. I've got a blank patch I just saw over there. So I'll be right back. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be our movie Whiskey Run. Members will have first dibs on that movie, on being able to see that movie when it does get released in summer of 2025. That's my target. That's my goal. Because members will be doing their part to make it happen. Because like I said, all the money for memberships goes to the channel. I'm trying to get this painted in today so that when it does come time, so that when the paint dries, it'll be all complete and it won't look like shit. But I guess I could always go back over it with, because the paint's drying out now and I'm running out. And I got a little bit left in the cans. Paint cans. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Paint can. But I got a sample jar, as well as a little bit of paint left in the paint cans. But anyway, yeah, Whiskey Run is going to be a fun movie. And I call it a movie. It may only be 45 minutes long, to be completely honest. I've got 2 location shots that I want to do. One's in Amarillo at Big Texas Steakhouse. And it's Tex apostrophe S, by the way. Not Texas, T-E-X-A-S. It's not T-E-X-A-S. It's T-E-X apostrophe S. And yes, there is a giant steel cowboy out front named Tex. And yes, you do have to get your picture taken with him. It's like a law in the state of Texas. Like if you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. If you're gonna eat in Texas, if you're gonna eat at Texas, you gotta get a picture with the man. But yeah, Blues Brothers did age remarkably well. These were musicians at the peak of their talent in their genre at the time, in a musical landscape that was still fractured enough that you could have artists in subcategories and subgenres finding tremendous success, as opposed to what we have now with a nationalized, homogenized music scene. And you'll never get something like what we had in the 70s and 80s with subgenres and rhythm and blues and genres on top of genres. Yeah, you're just never going to get anything quite like that again. All right, kids, I'm done. This is the room. Let's take a sweeping panoramic, shall we? Because I gotta close up this. Sorry about that. I gotta close up these paint cans. We'll take a sweeping panoramic in just 1 second. I gotta close up these paint cans and move them away. There we go. All right. Sweeping panoramic time. That's where we started. How about that, huh? There we go. That's the bar right here. Boop. Let's go to the bar and have a drink. How are we looking? Are we at the bar? At the bar. think we froze. In fact, I know we did. Well, tough shit. Okay. Yep. Mr. Jiggs is in the house. Welcome, Jiggs. Mr. Jiggs. Speaking of patrons, more music than we can listen to. Well, see, I don't know if it's like more music than we can listen to. We've always had more music than we can listen to. What we have is fewer markets for our music. What we had was, hold on a second. Yeah, that's dead. Okay. What we had was multiple markets of music, multiple locations, multiple markets, multiple local markets for music. That's what we had. Now what we have is one single national market with national radio stations that own, four radio stations own 65% of the radio channels in major metros. I'll just do this. So we basically have one single market for music and not multitudes of local markets. That's wet paint right over. It looks like a splotch of spit on my wall. Right, where's that? There. It looks like a splotch of spit right there. I mean, we have what is it? iHeartRadio, Clear Channel, Audible. It's like 5 channels own 80%, or 5 companies own 80% of the media market in the United States. When they lifted that restriction in the late 90s of how much you could own in a single market, well, the consolidations went crazy. And now, instead of having multiple local markets, we have one national market, or 5 national markets. It's just not as vibrant a music industry as we used to have, and it's been about 25 years, easily about 25 years. Ever recorded is basically as available. Well, yeah, I mean that's anything ever recorded is still available. Obviously, yeah. We have the timelessness, but media markets are shaped by the owners of the markets. So you get to hear what they want you to hear. And gone are the days of Motown, Philly, Orlando, Memphis, Nashville, Austin, Dallas, Houston, Portland, Seattle, Minnesota, LA, New York. Now the market is LA, New York, Nashville. And that's it. Done and done. LA, New York, Nashville. You fit one of those 3 criteria. And Atlanta, I guess, is something of a subgenre. But even then, you're not going to Atlanta. You're not coming to Houston. You're not, we all have our little subgenres that are local and that don't hit the national beat. So anyway, Motown Philly was back again, but that was only in the 90s. Anywho, okay, guys, it is 12:30. In the past 48 hours, I have gotten a grand total of 3 hours of sleep. I need to go home and rest. I need to let this dry for the next several hours. Tomorrow we have a bottling party for our straight whiskey. And then, maybe I'll stream again tomorrow night. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Jiggs is in the house. Coates. It's a 40-foot Paul Bunyan sign at this restaurant in northern Wisconsin near our cabin. photos. Oh, yeah. Photos of that are also out. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. So government does work. They'll be devastated to hear that. For the 300 year, I'm naming it Republicans solved all my problems through legislation. You didn't see Blues Brothers 2000? Yeah. Well, I mean, it was basically a shot-for-shot remake of Blues Brothers, done in the year 2000. But yeah, basically a shot-for-shot remake. Almost a dance-for-dance remake too, if I recall. But it was, yeah, John Goodman and Dan Aykroyd, and John Goodman he's not the one. But I mean, it was, for what it was fine. If that was your only introduction to Blues Brothers, then you might have enjoyed it. But if you had seen Blues Brothers, no, sir. No, sir. All right. So I've got Commander Lou, Tater Dom, Sunflowers, Jason Coates, Top Shelf Justin, Mr. Jiggs. I think that's everybody. Did I leave anybody out, guys? Did I get Sunflowers in there? Yeah, there's Sunflowers. Okay. My mouth feels like paste. I got to drink something. I'm getting dehydrated. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're done. I got to go. I was going to go to the bar and have a, well, you know what? I'm going to bring the bar here and have a job well done cocktail to celebrate my job well done. What are we going to do tonight? Let's do a shot of bourbon. Let's do a shot of bourbon. Yeah. Get my shot glass. Check this out. The blue and the blue. It's not the same shade, but that was the intention, having something similar. Anyway, I did say Lou, Commander Lou, the first name I wrote down. He's on my list. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, with my paint-stained fingers, I raise a glass. May you live long enough to be the hero, but not so long enough to be the villain again. Maybe. To eternity. Cheers. All right, guys. It's time for me to go to bed. Continue to be awesome to each other. Thank you all for your support. Blue Brothers. Cheers and good night. This has been an award-winning production. Special thanks to our members, Mr.